Hey there, Ryan Bennett with Hearing Asset Advisors. If you're watching this, that means that you are a new PCC, you're new to the audiology world. So first of all, welcome. Today's video, we're going to go over terminology that you might not have heard before, so you can kind of learn the language of an audiology clinic and start contributing day one. Here we go. Sorry to start off with a gross one, but let's get it out of the way. Cerumen means earwax. People aren't really going to call in and say, hey, I think I have cerumen in my ear, but you will hear that term around and you'll need to know that it just means earwax. This one has two pronunciations, tinnitus or tinnitus. They're both right, but your clinic will probably have a preferred way to say it. It's the ringing in the ear, which could also be crickets in the ear or chirping or all these different ways to say that they have ringing in their ears. Tympanic membrane means the eardrum, also shortened to TM. Your clinic will also probably do a test called tympanometry, which kind of tests the tympanic membrane to see if it's healthy. So let's talk about testing for a second. Most of the people coming in to your clinic will likely go through a hearing aid evaluation, where they'll have a battery of tests that they'll go through to see if they're good candidates for hearing aids. And the results are on an audiogram. So the thing that prints out, or when you're looking at it on a screen and you're going over the results, that's called an audiogram. The basic test that most clinics will do, there's a lot of different tests, but the basic one, just so you can kind of get your feet wet here, the most basic one is air conduction. And what this is either headphones or inserts. They're playing different tones at different frequencies. And when the person hears it, they're pressing the button and it records accordingly. Bone conduction, they actually put a piece of equipment on the mastoid bone behind the ear, and that tests the inner ear directly through vibration. And so they can kind of determine where the problem is with the hearing. They also will do speech testing. There's a lot of different kind of speech testing. The most common is word recognition, where they just kind of repeat the words at different levels, and sometimes they introduce noise because a big complaint is hearing in noisy situations. Your clinic will likely offer more testing than that, and you'll learn those as you go, but this will give you a good idea of the test at the beginning. But before we can even do a test, we need to look in the ears, make sure there isn't cerumen, which we learned earlier, or anything else blocking the ear canal. For that, we use an otoscope. That's the little light that you look through. And if you're looking through it, that act is called otoscopy. So if someone says, yes, I had otoscopy done, that just means somebody looked in their ear. So let's end on a very popular term, feedback. Feedback is the whistling in the ear. In the old days with hearing aids, and by old, I mean like 10 years ago, hearing aids would whistle all the time. If you even got this close, it would just start whistling. And what that is the sound coming out of the receiver or speaker. The sound coming out is getting back to the microphones on top of the hearing aid or wherever it is on that hearing aid. It's just like taking a microphone and putting it up to a speaker, and that really loud whistle happens like at concerts or speeches. That is feedback. There are things that make that happen, like if the hearing aid is not placed in properly and it's not hitting where it needs to be and that it's coming back out, or if there's something blocking the ear canal to where that sound can only just come right back out and hit the microphones. But there are a lot of things that the provider can do to fix that, but the common ones are usually just placement or something blocking it, because the technology today is so much better at reducing feedback. So thanks for watching. There are a lot of resources on the internet, healthyhearing.com, other places like that, where you can just look up hearing aid terms. Some of them you won't need at all, but it's not a bad idea to just kind of familiarize yourself with the different terms. And if you have any questions, you feel free to email me, ryanb@hearingassetadvisors.com. Thank you.